Welcome to the Registered Investment Advisor Podcast, where financial services marketing expert Seth Green interviews experts, executives, and top producers to share can't-miss tips on how they successfully manage their financial service firms, grow their businesses, create great relationships, and influence the industry. And now, here's your host, Seth Green.
Welcome to the podcast. This is your host, Seth Green. Today, I have the good fortune to be joined by Snehal Fulzele, founder and CEO of UPTIQ.ai. Snehal is a successful technology entrepreneur, investor, and innovator in the financial services industry. We're going to find out all about the amazing things he's up to at UPTIQ in just a minute. He also serves on the board of various high-growth, early-stage technology startups in financial services and the healthcare industry. Snehal, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Seth, for having me. I'm looking forward to it.
You are welcome. It is our pleasure. Let's go back in time a little bit. How did you get started?
Well, I'm an engineer turned entrepreneur. Back in 2013, I started a company called Cloud Lending. It was a FinTech company, an enterprise SaaS software company, and we were building loan origination and underwriting software, and we were selling that software to banks. So banks, loan officers, and underwriters were using our platform to originate loans across different types, from consumer to small business to commercial. So that's how we got started on the lending technology journey. We sold that business in 2018 to a publicly traded company called QTWO. And then I stayed on with QTWO for a couple of years. In 2022, early 2022, during the time at QTWO, we started interacting with a lot of financial advisors, candidly. And then we recognized that the advisors, they're really good at giving financial advice, and they typically tend to spend a lot of their time on the asset side of the balance sheet for their clients, and not as much on the liabilities. And then we felt that there was an opportunity for these advisors to start looking at financing as a strategic tool and as part of their overall holistic financial services that you provide to the clients. And we started UPTIQ last year, essentially to bring lending capabilities to advisors so that they can help their clients find the right loan option for their unique financial situation. So that's how we got started.
And okay, so let's do a deeper dive. Tell me a little bit more about how you turn advisors into superheroes.
Yeah, that's our motto, and we are designing our technology platform and I think all of our focus has always been in helping advisors, just look good, and we are bringing some very specific superpowers to them. The first one really is to basically bring all the lending expertise that we have accumulated over the last couple decades in the form of a technology platform, so that they have this expertise at their fingertips. So when they are speaking with their clients and trying to find a financing solution for their needs, our AI platform helps them basically, answer any question that they may have, and bring this decades of expertise on their fingertips. So that's how we help the clients, and we help them make, financial geniuses. Yeah.
That obviously sounds great. So if I'm understanding you correctly, you're working with financial advisors and insurance agents who have the clients, and then your AI software is helping them help their clients, help serve their clients better by helping them identify, say, the right student loan for their kids, the right loan for their mortgage, the right loan for a new construction, something like that?
Yeah, let's dive deeper into it. I think if you look at the status quo, right, I think the financial advisors, they're very comfortable talking about securities-backed line of credit. I mean, candidly, that's the easiest form of loan and the fastest form of loan that you could help your clients with. But let's be honest, that may or may not be the best or the ideal solution for every type of financing requirement, right? The world of lending has evolved. There are a lot of innovative products out there. And we can talk all about that. So I think there is a liquidity option available out there for every single and unique financing needs that their clients may have. And the unique thing about our platform is we support over 100 loan types, and it's essential because one day, as you pointed out, it may be helping out with their kids' education. Another day, maybe it's building their vacation home. Another day could be working capital needs for the restaurant that they're partners in. So the needs could differ on a day that you're speaking to your clients. And I think through our platform, we just bring all kinds of liquidity options on the table. And not only do we just bring the options, we actually help fulfill them. So we are also in the business of executing those loans on behalf of their clients.
That makes a lot of sense. So number one, how do you get paid on that process? How does UPTIQ make money? And then does any of that get shared with the advisor?
Yeah, so our revenue model is pretty straightforward. We partner with some of the most innovative banks and lenders out there, and we get paid through them as lender fees. And then we share a portion of our revenue with advisors. So when you think about what advisors get out of it, a couple of things. Number one is the asset preservation, because if their clients for any of, let's say, needs, they liquidate their assets, of course, their AUM is going down. So through this option, they retain that AUM, and hence the revenue is retained. And secondly, which we just talked about, which we share revenue with them, it's a great revenue growth opportunity for advisors, a revenue diversification opportunity for advisors. So we definitely are, we want to partner with advisors in helping them retain revenue as well as grow revenue.
Now, how are you dealing with the compliance aspect at, say, a wirehouse or a broker dealer on behalf of that advisor?
So I think it comes down to the type of advisor that we are working with. I mean, in certain cases, they could be fee only, and they may not want to get paid through our services, and which will totally respect that. In other cases, they could be hybrids, and they're totally open to receiving share from us. So we again have that option on the table. So I think we obviously take compliance very seriously, but it really comes down to how our clients and the advisors look at their remit and how they can or cannot get paid, and we adhere by it.
And then what do you do in terms of obviously, how are you, so if you're the connection between the advisor, the client, and the ultimate lender, how are you bridging, how are you vetting the lenders?
So lenders, so we essentially work with some of the regional lenders. These are typically between 10 billion to 50 billion in range. So obviously they are either state regulated or FDIC regulated. So they are regulated entities, and we essentially work with such regulated entities. The reason why we choose that range from 10 to 50 billion is also because these are the types of banks who tend not to have a wealth business function within them. So last thing an advisor wants is actually help their clients find a loan from either one of the wirehouse affiliated banks or a large bank that may have a wealth division, hence they could steal their clients. So I think so we avoid that by selecting pretty strategically the type of banks who will not have the wealth function as part of their organization. So that's what we do. We are already a couple of dozen lenders in our network. We expect that number to go close to 100 before end of this year.
Well, congratulations on that growth. Obviously, that's a pretty robust matching platform. How are you getting the word out to the advisor community?
Well, we have mapped out a bunch of conferences, and we will be exhibiting our technology through those conferences. We are an early stage organization. We are about a 14-month-old company. We are venture backed. We have a bunch of very, very good institutional investors backing us up. So we are well capitalized organization, and we are here wanting to build a big business in this vertical, and we are taking steps to bring a lot of awareness to our platform and our capabilities to the market through conferences. Obviously, we're doing podcasts. This would give us some exposure as well. And so I think those are some of the ways we're doing it. And I think lastly, I'll say that we are well networked in the space, if you will. And so we have access to some of the CXOs at some of the larger, RIA aggregators and broker dealers. So we are putting our name on the map as we speak.
Absolutely. Are you allowed to disclose how much money you've raised so far?
Yeah, we raised 13 million in seed capital through some of the leading tier 1 fintech VC firms such as Greycroft, 645, Epic Ventures, Greenvisor, Ulu Ventures, and a bunch of high-powered angel investors as well. So we are very excited about the roster of investors that we already have, and so.
Do you have statistics in terms of how many loans have been funded through the platform and what dollar volume that represents?
Yeah, again, we are early, so we would not like to disclose the specifics around that, but we are working with significant size RIAs and RIA aggregators who have assets over $100 billion, and we're rolling out our platform to these aggregators. What I can tell you is some of these aggregators previously, without using our technology, but manually have referred over a couple $1 billion worth of loans in aggregate over the last 12 months. So that should give you a good sense of, where obviously with help of our platform, they would like to scale this up more than what they have achieved over the last 12 months. So those are the types of volume we are talking about in the upcoming, call it the next 12 months. Yeah.
What type of education and training do you provide for advisors so that they can do their own due diligence on the process?
We believe that this has to be rolled out as a program. There has to be education, not only on advisors' end, but also they have to proactively let their clients know that this service will be offered by them. So we have an entire, what we refer to as an advisor success program that has combination of, marketing, artifacts and materials. It has quarterly business reviews with them and us, and it has an entire operating framework to ensure that they are maximizing our platform and they are extracting value from our platform, because as I previously mentioned, through our platform, they could not only retain revenue, but also generate a new stream of revenue. And not to mention, for their clients, today, if they have a bank relationship, they usually pick up the phone and call the bank. But how do you know that's the best loan terms that you're getting for your clients, right? So through our platform now, you can totally see that we will have over 100 lenders on the platform. So they will compete for these high value relationships, because for bank and lenders, the relationship that we will bring to the RIA channel is of tremendous importance to them, right? These are high quality loans. These are high quality relationships. They will compete and the terms and who will win, essentially the advisor's client will win. So advisor will, I think more and more advisors will see is through that lens. And as that happens, every single advisor would want to have this tool. It will become a must-have tool as opposed to something that they're doing on the side.
How do you differentiate yourself? I get the being in the vertical, right? You're on, this is the RIA show, so it's the perfect place. How do you differentiate from, let's say, a lending tree or some other type of loan aggregator where I fill out my information and 27 minutes later, my phone rings 10 times with different companies trying to sell me their loan?
Yeah, I think it goes back to what I was talking about, which is making our advisors superheroes. Essentially, what that means is they get to control the client experience. So this is very different than the lending tree experience, which is essentially a lead that gets sent to hundreds of banks and they call you. Here, we are doing a lot more work. We refer to as pre-underwriting, even before we send the application to a lender. Through our relationships with these lenders, we have an accurate understanding of their credit policies and their credit box. So you pair that with all the heavy lifting, all the work that we are doing in terms of income analysis, financial analysis, tax analysis. So we, with a high degree of confidence, can find the right lender because we have all the data on one end, and then we match it up to the credit policies that are configured into our platform. Through that, the advisors get to really control the client experience. If they use our platform, they will land on a couple of lenders. There's a high degree of confidence that the loans will get disbursed with both of them. So it's not a lead gen. We won't just throw advisors' clients to hundreds of banks and then banks would call them. In fact, advisor actually is in the middle of that entire engagement and get to control, and they have the lever. I mean, they could be really control that process. In some cases, they may want to give some of that back to the borrower or the client. So there is advisors get to control the experience.
That is a huge point of differentiation for sure. For our folks who are watching, listening, and want to learn more, where is the best place for them to go?
Yeah, hit our website, UPTIQ.ai. Talking about differentiation, it would be a remiss if I didn't mention this. So we are a technology platform, and one of our core competencies, along with lending, is our AI expertise. So obviously, lots happening in the AI world. We are doing, which is unique, is taking some of the horizontal AI models that exist out there, but teaching those AI models with our lending expertise and making it like a verticalized AI, which is what we think is extremely interesting and differentiating.
Yeah, you're in a fascinating business at the exact right time for sure. Well, we greatly appreciate your time. We know it's incredibly valuable. This has been Seth Green for the RIA podcast with Snehal Fulzele of UPTIQ, UPTIQ.ai. Snehal, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Seth.
Thanks everybody for watching or listening. We will talk to you or see you next time.